What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I kind of want to do something a little bit different, a little more, I guess, intimate, kind of just a conversation type video, which I don't do that often, but I kind of want to start doing more videos like this, more one-on-one or personal / discussion type videos. Let me know if you guys are into that. I have a couple other ideas, but the first one I want to do today is kind of a problem that I know a lot of people have with the music community. It's fandoms. You saw the title. So in this video I just want to sit down and kind of discuss with you guys my feelings toward fandoms and my experience in them, because I'm not going to pretend like I never was a part of like a fandom or, you know, a fan account or anything like that, because I totally was, especially back in high school. Like I think my junior year and senior year of high school, and even up to my first year of college, I was like basically a Fall Out Boy or Panic at the Disco fangirl. I don't like to call myself that because it's really not what I am. I know when people see that term they think of like a rabid person who's just absolutely overly obsessed with the band members. That was not me. I was just a really big fan of the music and the people, of course. But at that time, you know, when I was younger, a couple of years ago, if any of you guys don't know, I'm actually 20 right now. I'll be 21 in June. But back when this was going on, I was like 17, 18, 19, maybe probably before 19, but around 17, 18, even 16, I think. And like I said, I wasn't super rabid about it. Like I literally just had the account name. Like it really was just the username, and then I followed a bunch of other people that like were into Fall Out Boy or else were fan accounts of Fall Out Boy, Panic, and even 21 Pilots, all those kind of bands like that. And I just kind of did it because I wanted to find, you know, a place for myself. It was like a little community, and I'm not going to totally be dissing fandoms in this video. It's just kind of how I grew out of them. The biggest thing for me is bullying. This like got so bad in one fandom in particular, 21 Pilots, The Clique. I remember right before 21 Pilots were really famous, before Blurryface was out, you know, all that, they were still kind of laying low a little bit. They had hardcore fan base, but they weren't like super insanely huge. They weren't on the radio yet or anything like that. Their fan base was honestly very welcoming and comforting, and everyone, you know, connected through like the lyrics of their songs, and it was just very personal, and you just felt at home with these people. But as Blurryface came out and all that happened, the fan base began to grow a little bit, not even as much as it is now, but like when that album first came out, those first couple months, they were getting a little bit bigger, they were growing. And with that said, I want to share with you guys some interactions that I've had with Clique members, people that were literally 21 Pilots fan accounts or else had like their username was something 21 Pilots. There were a couple of them. There was one in particular, and I still have the screenshots because this was back, I think this was in like, this was like literally right after Blurryface released. I think it was in May or June. And I was still kind of new on YouTube, like I guess almost a year in, but still back then, like I didn't have that many subscribers. I think I had maybe 1,000. And I used to do a series called Reacting to Bands. This is how they found my Twitter and stuff, first of all. One of the first ones that I saw was from a person called Fran. Yes, I'm calling you out now. It says, "This girl makes videos on YouTube of her reacting to bands. Why do you hate yourself? 3 favorites. And then someone replied, this person was Wasted Midnights, replied saying, "What's her YouTube? I want to see this mess." There were like 5 or 6 of these people, like all making fun of me at the same time. And one of them said, "She sounds so awkward. Why are all the titles in capitals?" And then another person was like, "I'm disgusted with this girl." And then someone said, "I can't stop watching and ranting about how sad her life is." And then they kept comparing me to Jared Alonji, who I'm sure you guys all know. He's a pretty big YouTuber in this kind of scene, I guess. And she kept saying like, "Oh, just wanted to let you know I'm watching Jared's videos. He's so funny. Heart. He actually has talent. Learn." So that's just an example of what I've experienced in fandoms when the Clique started to go bad. I know that was kind of a long tangent, but that's the point I'm trying to make. And I know that's more about my videos, but the point here is that these people, like their usernames are like 21 Pilots lyrics and stuff, and they talk about those bands and their profile pictures are those bands. And it's like, you claim to be such a big fan of a band that promotes the opposite of what you're doing. Like, I just don't get it how people have to bully others. And it's not even just like YouTube, whatever, I kind of expected that because I'm putting myself out there. But even just like newer fans that come into a fandom or like become fans of the band, like they constantly get shunned basically because they're new and they don't know as much about the band or know as much music yet. And it's like, well, you literally have to start somewhere. Every one of you started somewhere with listening to a couple songs at first. Like, you're not gonna know fucking everything about the whole band and all the band members, family members, and like where they were born and what time they were born and everything like that. Like, it's just ridiculous. And that's just one example. Bullying, like, it's just a no from me. I just really don't see the point in it. Like, okay, you're better because you're more obsessive and know more about a band member's personal life. That makes you kind of creepy, in my opinion. Now, along with the creepy thing, some of these fans go way too far. Like, okay, fan fiction is one thing. I get that it's like an art and you're expressing yourself, but if I was that famous person that you're writing about, I would be so creeped out. Like, no. But I do want to talk about two real-life examples that happened recently that are, like, huge. I feel so bad for one of them is Brendon Urie. I don't know if you guys follow Zach Hall on Twitter, but he works with the band and he has for years and years. And I guess there was an incident a couple weeks ago where this girl and her mom, like, her mom drove her to, like, right up to Brendon's house, and Sarah and Brendon were getting super uncomfortable because that's honestly something that you just don't do. Like, if you know where a band member lives or any famous person, you don't just go up to their door. Like, it's their property and they don't want to be bothered by people, because if one person does it, then everyone's gonna fucking do it. You're not gonna be brought closer to them. Like, they're literally gonna like call the cops on you because they do not want to see you. If you're like hiding in their bushes, like creeping around, they're literally gonna be so fucking pissed off and creeped out by you that they are never gonna want to talk to you. So like, why would you ruin that? Like, just don't cross those lines, guys. Okay, wait, hold the fuck up. I have an update to this fucking story about Brendon here. Today, right now when I'm filming this, is currently the 25th of February. Brendon Urie just tweeted that him and Sarah are basically being kind of forced to make the decision to move out of their house because of so many fans leaving stuff there and harassing them. And oh my fucking god, this makes me so furious right now. You guys have no idea. I was angry before in the last couple clips talking about this whole fandom thing, but days later I find this out and I could not be more upset with the fans. Like, oh my god, this is so sad. He called this their dream house. He wrote Death of a Bachelor there in his own studio, separate from his house, and it was just like the perfect home for them, and it had to be ruined because of the fan base. People like going up to the house, leaving so many letters and gifts, and I know that sounds like fine, like it's generous and stuff, but you do not go to a band member's house to give them shit. Like, just don't do that. You're crossing so many lines. Like, that is just common sense to me. If you know where they live, don't fucking do that. Because like I said in clips before, if one person does it, then everyone's gonna fucking do it. And I was right. I literally predicted it. And the fact that they are being forced to move houses, like, oh my god, it just upsets me so much. And just the fact how generous Brendon is. He set up like another address where fans can actually go leave stuff. He genuinely cares about you guys, but if you're going up to their house, ringing the doorbell, knocking, you know, taking pictures, taking stuff from their yard, just harassing them overall, like, you are not supporting the band. You are not a fan of them. You are becoming a problem, clearly. And I could not be more angry at the fans who did this. I mean, especially the first ones that started this whole thing, and then his address got out there, I guess, and more fans just started coming and leaving stuff, and it's becoming way too overwhelming for them. They can't even have their privacy anymore. Guys, don't. Like, oh my god. I'm seriously, like, at a loss for words right now. I am furious. This just further proves my entire point right there. I might have to upload this video earlier than I planned because I'm so angry right now. You guys have no fucking idea. Anyways, let's get back to the actual video, the rest of my points on why I dislike fandoms. And this is another one with fandoms online. They don't think that the actual band member, whoever it is, are gonna see what they're posting, but that's so wrong. Like, they see more than you think. Just because they don't reply to stuff and don't favorite all your tweets that you send them, or even the stuff that you indirectly say to them, like, they can still find it. They get tweeted all the time. Like, people are gonna send it to them. Like, just think about how many fans each of these bands have. Like, shit spreads really quickly. And there's this other Fall Out Boy fan that I remember, she's literally like Patrick Stump's actual age, so she's in her 30s, and I think she has a kid or two. I'm not gonna say their name or their Twitter name, but literally they are obsessed, and they get so angry when they see anything about Patrick's wife or any of that crap, and it's like, why are you actually this defensive? Like, you think he's gonna fucking date you? And she was downright angry that Patrick's wife got pregnant that first time. Like, she was so disgusted, like, just furious about it, because like she wanted to be with him. And it's like, how is this even happening? I feel so bad for like Patrick and all of them, because like there's just people like this out there, and I think because she was older, like that's setting a precedent for the younger fans. Like, if you're gonna be in a fandom, fine, like, but spread love and like, you know, be like their older sisters or older brothers to the younger fans. You don't want to like pave this road that's like disgusting, you know, with bullying and like creepy stuff, that like you're going to people's houses. Like, you cannot do that. We need to like set a good example for those younger fans so they can have respect for the people that they do admire. Because fandoms right now, I literally cannot stand, and I know there's some that are worse than others, but right now I'd say the clique is really bad as well. And it really sucks, because like that band stands for such an important message, and it just really, it really hurts me when people, you know, are so obsessed with a certain band that it makes them like bully others because they think they're better. And it's just like, why do you do this? It literally doesn't even matter. I cannot stand fandoms anymore, and I literally grew out of it because it just got so ridiculous, and I don't know, I don't really see the point in it anymore. And I'm not hating on any of you if you are a part of a fandom or, you know, identify with any of that shit. Like, that's fine, as long as you're treating others with respect, including the band members. And even if you think you're treating them with respect, you know, step back for a second, realize what you're doing. If you're tweeting them stuff about wanting to like have sex with them or like anything like that, or even if you're screaming that shit in public at them, like, just stop. Like, just grow up. You know, they're people too, and I think we really need to take a second and realize that sometimes. I'm gonna stop myself now. I think you guys get the point. I'm sorry if this was way too long. I really didn't want to talk for that long, but once I start ranting like this, I just cannot stop. But that's just how I feel. Like I said, please don't be offended if you are in a fandom or run a fan account. I don't care. Like I said, as long as you're being respectful to people, then that's fine with me. But I personally, it's just not for me anymore. I'm 20 years old, you know. I don't like to look at band members as necessarily being above me, because they totally are above me, but we're kind of on the same level now, like the same stage as in like age and stuff. Like, so if I met them, I wouldn't want to be like a rabid crazy person in front of them. I want to treat them like a human being, because that's how they deserve to be treated. Leave a like on this video if you guys did enjoy it, or if you agree with me. If you disagree, go ahead in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions. And also, guys, do not forget to follow me on Cymbal. There's a link down below. That giveaway is still going on. Once I hit 2,000 followers, I'm giving away 2 copies of Pretty Odd by Panic at the Disco, as well as 2 Cymbal sweatshirts. And if you are new here, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.